For latest astrology videos, subscribe AstroEdify channel and press this bell icon to get notified when a new video goes live.
Hello everybody, welcome to AstroEdify. Today we are going to talk about Sun in 12th house. What kind of results Sun can bring if it is sitting in 12th house in anybody's chart. And we will see two cases here. First, if Sun is well placed in 12th house, it's making good yogas, then what kind of results we can expect. And second, if Sun is in 12th but it's not making good yogas, it's afflicted or weak and making doshas or malefic yogas in the chart, then what kind of results it can bring. So let's start this video. If you want to book a consultation for yourself, you can go on this website. The link is shown in the description. So we are going to talk about Sun in 12th house today. Now see, 12th house is generally not a good house for Sun, because in 12th house, Sun gets into a situation called Marn Karak. So Marn Karak is a place. For every planet it varies, but for Sun it is 12th house. So it is a place where a planet naturally loses its strength. So Sun in 12th, Sun is a planet of ego, identity, self-confidence, and 12th house is the house of loss of desires, loss or disconnection from the material world, disconnection from your ego. So Sun naturally feels vulnerable and discomforting in 12th house. But it does not mean that Sun in 12th house is always going to create problems. No. I'll talk about the combinations, results of Sun in 12th house, which are quite good, which we'll see in a short time. But you need to see that how Sun is placed. So if Sun is well placed in 12th house, by well placed I mean that Sun is in own sign, in friendly sign, in exaltation sign, and it is sitting with friendly planets. The zodiac sign in which Sun is sitting, it is the lord of that sign is well placed in the chart, and the ascendant lord, the ascendant itself, and the moon, they are strong. The more these parameters are there on a positive side, the better Sun will be, and the more strength it will have to confer good results, auspicious results in life. So you need to see that how Sun is. So if Sun is well placed in the chart, making good yogas, making benefic combinations, and it receives support from ascendant lord and moon, and the zodiac, the lord of zodiac sign in which it is placed, it will mean that Sun is strong, powerful, and it has ability to give quite good results in life. So if Sun is strong and well placed, then it creates certain specific results. So first of all, it can show that there might be an initial identity confusion in life. So when you are young, and particularly it improves after this age of 24. So before that, in the initial stages of life, it's like a situation where you are in a process of identifying yourself. Because 12th house is ego, Sun is ego, 12th house is losses. It's a situation of uncertainty. It's a situation of, it's an area of unknown, the darkness. So Sun here gets into initial identity confusion. So it can create that identity crisis, initial confusion about who you are, what your talents are, what you want to do. And it's like you are going with the flow, but it's like you are not very much into your head. That some people are there who decide at a young age that I'll do this, I want to become this. So for these people, it becomes somewhat difficult. It's like they are in a process of adapting the world in a slow process. And it's not bad. It's actually quite good, because you are able to identify and adapt with the world in a realistic way. In the sense that slowly and gradually, this confusion which is upon your identity, your goals, your ideologies, your personality, it improves with time. It makes you understand who you are, how the world is, and how you have to coexist. Means you and the world, how you will be able to better coexist with the world. So this becomes a good situation. That is why I said that if Sun is strong, particularly after the age of 24 years, it reduces this confusion and dilemma, and it gives you more clarity. So in initial stages, as I mentioned, there can be aimlessness, there can be misdirection, there can be poor decision making, there can be disinterest, like you followed certain path and later on you thought that okay, I'm not very much interested in it anymore, and you leave that kind of thing can be seen. But after a certain age, particularly 24 years, it changes this mentality, and it gives what you can say better personality transformation. And how personality transformation happens? Particularly because of some major life incidents, major life experiences, which motivate you, force you to self introspect, to analyze that who you are, and you need to change your approach, and you need to identify that what am I and what I am doing and what should be my purpose in this world. So it helps the person to give that guiding light, and this situation becomes much more strong if Jupiter is well placed. Jupiter and Mercury, the more they are well placed, the better this will be. So some important life incidents or experiences give a positive personality transformation. So by positive personality transformation, I mean that it gives you a more new and mature perception, self-awareness, more understanding and acceptance of one's own vulnerability and insignificance. It's not like a situation where you are saying that, okay, I don't have self-esteem and I'm a person of low confidence, and not like that. It's like you know that what your limits are, and you know that you are insignificant in front of the nature, and you accept that vulnerability in order to become more self-aware, in order to become more internally self-conscious and self-confident. So knowing the limitations, loss of ego becomes your power. So that is the best situation which Sun can confer in this position. Then, as I mentioned, it creates loss of false ego. False ego means the things which you think you are, but you are not. So those false identity perceptions, those false ideological beliefs which you used to thought, some biases, some prejudices, some judgments, they tend to go away with time, because it makes you more mature, more understanding, more aware of yourself as well as the mechanics of the world, the creation, how it works. So that's a really beautiful situation for Sun to be in 12th house. And particularly if any spiritual combinations are happening in the chart, then it gives a strong inclination towards the spiritual life as well as progress there as well. A person tries to seek meaning and peace in life. If good spiritual yogas are there, then it gives deep interest and knowledge of religion, philosophy, occult subjects, yoga. It increases the detachment within the person towards the world. It naturally comes. Detachment towards the world. It is very good for practicing certain spiritual practices, doing sadhana. It is very favorable for liberation, self-realization, knowing that who you are and you are established in that. So knowing that you are pure consciousness and you are established in that, that is moksha. Then but see, I am talking about the general results. You need to see the chart. It will vary from chart to chart. Then it's a situation where no matter what how Sun is placed, I'm talking about good Sun so far, but it generates existential crisis, which is inevitable. It will be there for everybody. If Sun is in 12th house or 8th house, these are two particular places where Sun lands a person in a state of deep existential crisis at certain point in time. It is inevitable. But it depends on person and mainly the chart, that how the person is able to handle that situation, whether the person is going to face that existential crisis and will come out as a more mature, self-aware individual who has become more wise and more accepting, or a person who has become more hateful, resentful, arrogant and bitter and has gone towards the negative personality transformation and is utterly pessimistic. That depends from chart to chart. If Sun is strong, it will lead to positive transformation of personality through existential crisis. Then it also makes person introvert or ambivert. It generally does not make person extrovert. Generally introvert, sometimes depending on Lagna and Moon, it shows ambiversion as well. Then it increases isolation, where it's not like forced isolation. It's like person tends to like isolated place, loneliness. So solitary environment is seen here, which person likes to get into. It's not like forced. It's liking for isolation, liking for seclusion is good. Then it increases intuition, calmness. Person can be peace loving, love for travels can be seen, love for nature can be seen. You like to spend time in nature. not in crowded places. Then it shows distance from family, or from your native place. Let's suppose you are born in some city and you are living far away from that, in a different state or in a different country. That varies from chart to chart, but yes, it shows distance from the family or from your place of birth or home. Even if, let's suppose, you are living with your family, it can still provide or bring that level of isolation or a emotional scale, that there are family members, but I am a person who is more reserved, more private, keep to myself, and I don't share easily, and I like to spend time on my own alone. That kind of thing can be seen. So this is one thing. Then it depends on the chart. If sun, along with sun, Venus, moon, Mercury, they are strong, then it's very good placement for creativity and arts, because 12th house is imagination. So it increases that. It increases your imagination, ability to create something. It brings artistic skill sets. Then if there are various career options which can be seen in this place. Again, you need to see the chart, but there are several areas for which sun in 12th house is naturally considered suitable, like medical field or healthcare sectors, fitness areas. To medical, fitness, life sciences and healthcare industries, people working in any capacity can be seen in this area. Social work organizations, non-governmental organizations, they are good areas. Arts, creativity, writing and fields are favorable. We can see people who are working in areas which are related to diplomacy, immigration, foreign lands. It is good for working in insurance and tax, supply chain and logistics, and people who are associated with religious or spiritual organizations. That can be seen. One thing which is not strong for sun in 12th house is that it is not generally considered good for father. So let's suppose your relationship with father is good, but it can create troubles to father. Or if 9th house is bad, then it can show troubles with father in terms of relationship as well. So it can be like a bad placement for with respect to father in terms of relationship or in terms of his health or his own life. So these are the results which I talked about good sun. And you must have acknowledged that sun in 12th house has tremendous capacity to give quite suitable, favorable results in life. You need to see how it is placed. Now, if sun is badly placed in 12th house, so it's like it's debilitated and there is no Neech Bhanga, it's in Mrityu Bhag, it's in heavy affliction by Mars, Ketu, Saturn, Rahu, 6th, 8th or 12th lords. The ascendant and ascendant lord are badly placed, moon is badly placed. Then sun will lose the strength. It is sitting in the enemy sign, or the sign in which it is sitting, the lord of that sign is badly placed in the chart. So if these situations are happening, then sun will lose the strength, and if it is a malefic in the chart, then it will become a big enemy for the person as well. So sun, if it is weak and afflicted, then it can bring a lot of negative results in 12th house. Now all the results I'm going to tell, but you need to come to conclusion only after proper analysis of the chart. See other planets, how the things are. What I'm stating here is just a planetary placement and its results, possible results, all kind of possible results, good and bad both. So if sun is weak and afflicted in 12th, then it can show people who have low self-esteem, low self-confidence, or no self-confidence or no self-esteem at all. It can show people who have no energy, because sun is your internal energy, immune system, ability to work, strength, vitality. So people who experience a lot of health issues, who don't have any, who are always tired, don't want to do anything, ambition is not there, energy is not there, your body does not support you to do anything, then willpower is not there, low willpower or no willpower, dedication, lack of dedication, lethargy, irresponsibility, aimlessness. Even if you might have ambitions, there is no desire to work hard in order to fulfill those ambitions. Whenever the things get tough and they demand discipline and dedication from the person, you shy away from responsibility and turn your back towards them. So, and leave the things in between. So this kind of attitude can be generated by sun in 12th house. Then it can show confusion, nervousness. It does not either you don't want to, or somehow you don't complete the things. Your fulfillment of responsibility is not there. It can show deep identity crisis, and all kinds of personality disorders depending upon the placement. Remember that it's not always the case. I'm telling you just the capacity of a particular planet, what kind of results it can bring. So it can show identity crisis, depression, anxiety, fear, panic, nihilism, meaninglessness, utter meaninglessness in the world, utter pessimism, then completely, what you can say, means you don't have decision making power. So sun is your decision making and leadership. So courage is not there, risk taking capability is not there, decision making is poor or wrong, and it affects you as well as the other members of the family or other people in life. It can show troubles to or troubles with father. So either your relationship is bad with the father, or your father might be facing a lot of health issues, or he might be an absent father, or he might have passed away, those kind of things. It is not good for career, because sun is generally important planet for career, reputation, name in society. So if sun is bad in 12th house, it can show career instability and or career downfall, fluctuations, problems, or loss of reputation of any kind. Then it can show poor health, or troubles related to the house which is ruled by sun. So let's suppose any house which is sun is ruling, those areas of that house relating to that house, they will also suffer. Troubles from government can be seen, because sun is government, particularly because 12th house is imprisonment, and it is looking at 6th house of litigation and courts, enemies. So it can show troubles from the government or enemies, where you are not winning over the enemies, you are losing the battle. And this becomes more primarily important if your ascendant lord and ascendant are weak. Then it can show problems in marital life. It's bad for that. So these are quite negative results of sun in 12th, no doubt. But again, as I mentioned, you will come across a wide variety of cases. There will be cases where all good results are only seen, no bad result is seen. Where there will be cases only bad results are seen, no good result is seen. There will be mostly those cases where mixture of both good and bad will be seen. So that varies from person to person, chart to chart. You need to see how the other planets are, what kind of combination sun is getting into, what dashas they are going on, and that will give you a big what you can say, clue to know that okay, this planet is behaving in such and such a way. So I have just shared my information here regarding a range of a planet in 12th house, means sun, the range of sun in terms of good and bad, what it can bring in positive aspect and negative aspect both, that I have told you. Hope that you would have understood the results of sun in 12th house. That's all for today. If you are new to my channel, subscribe below. For more, check on my website, Facebook page and Instagram. You can visit them. The links are shown in the description. Otherwise, we will meet in the next video. Till then, goodbye and thank you.